Hey everybody, I'm live from the Astraea SMP on YouTube and Twitch. My name is Randy, and today we're gonna have a nice chill time, building some trees, doing some bushes, and avoiding that guy back there, and whatever else baddies have spawned because it's night and no one is sleeping. Given it's just me and Gabe on the server, so maybe he's working in the nether. I have no idea. No, he's not. He's in the overworld, but I don't know. He must be protected in some way. Yeah, so today the plan is first sleep. First to put on the helmet, then to sleep. And then to gather some supplies to fill out my Aspen grove that I've been working on for quite a little while. We're gonna go see it in a second, but let's first grab a stack of these. So I mainly am looking to build some of the narrow, like little skinny trees, little skinny aspens that I have, because I have quite a few chunky boys. So I'm looking to kind of fill out this space a little bit. Let's grab some azalea leaves, and that should do it for this. Actually, let's grab these for, yeah, let's just grab them all. And I only have one of these. Okay, I'm gonna have to make a couple more of these. So let's do that really quick. I need some dark oak fence gates because I use those for branches a lot. So, all right, let's make 9 of those. Actually, let's do that same thing with the pale. Whoop, wrong chest. With the pale oak. All right. That should do it. That should do it for a couple at least. These will be tiny little guys, so I'm not looking to build any monsters. Speaking of monsters though, let's fly a little ways away. Actually, let's just pop into the nether really quick and pop out. That's the quickest way to make sure there's no creepers about, because I do not believe in spawn-proofing my base. I have plenty of spawnable spaces all around. And yeah, I don't feel like getting blown up right now, so we're just gonna go in, go right back, or go in and out, out and in, I don't know. Into the nether and back out, because Gabe is in the overworld and he is quite a distance away, so every hostile mob should have immediately despawned just then. Alright, so let's go over here to my Aspen Grove. So this is what I'm considering my Aspen Grove. As you can see, I have, you know, about a dozen trees or so. I go back to about that tree near that sheep over there. And I have a couple of these little narrow ones right here. Didn't mean to do that right here. And that's about it. I only have those 2. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start, 3. So right here, and right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to build out quite a few additional, like right here, for instance. This deserves a narrow tree, maybe right here. Let's just mark a couple spots actually. So I like to start it with the darker color near the ground and then build it up lighter as it goes up, with some patchiness as well, as you can see from these guys. And then it gets darker in the canopy as well. So, all right, let's go over here. Maybe I don't want to get too matchy with it. And maybe here. Yeah, that's good. Good little triangulation there. And then maybe here. And let's do a little grouping of these guys. So maybe that's a little too close. Maybe here and here. Let's look at our sight lines, look at our focal points, make sure nothing is intruding. So that is going to cover up this view a little bit, but that should be fine because I won't start the canopy until it gets a little higher. All right, so that should work well. Let's make this a double. And then we'll do, this guy was 1, this guy is going to be a double. Didn't mean to do that. And this guy will be 1 as well. There we go. Just getting like the basic trunks right now, because I'd like to kind of view, go, you know, get a good bird's eye view, get a distant view, just to review, just to make sure nothing is gonna be out of place. I'm liking this. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine, because it's enough where I can kind of see the majority of the front of the barn, or side of the barn, really. That's good. What else do we have? Maybe back here in the pavilion. Oh, that's really good in the pavilion. I like that. I like that a lot. Good design there as far as repetition of those narrower ones. And then back here. Yeah, you can't even really see them. I really, all the thick foliage back here, I don't really think I'm gonna have too many concerns. Okay, so let's just focus on one. Let's focus on this edge one here, and we're gonna do it out of primarily birch. I do want to do a mix of so these are primarily oak leaves, and this is primarily birch leaves with azaleas highlights. I'm gonna do a mix just to break it up a little bit, but I think the first one I'll just do oak. Birch. I want the majority of these trees to be dominated by birch leaves, because the birch leaves to me have more of a muted appearance, and it's not quite as bright neon as I like to put it. All right, this is just gonna be random, so no real rhyme or reason. And we're gonna go up to about here, maybe. Okay, that might be a little too many. Yeah, that's a little too many. So let's remove one of those, maybe this one, and replace it right there. Hey, Ender in Tokyo, I've been playing on this world for just over a year. Thank you for joining chat in Twitch. And hello, Beggy R. Thank you also for joining chat. Nice to meet both of you. Yeah, so this is the Astraea SMP. I have been playing on this SMP for like basically 13 months, so just a touch over a year. This is my island base. It started off looking very similar to this island over here, and now looks like this, which is a lot flatter. It used to be this kind of mountainous terrain, and all the structures, all the trees, everything is custom built. There is really no original terrain left except for the cliff edges right here. Other than that, it's all custom. And I have a large bridge over here. This is a creeper farm greenhouse. This barn is brand spanking new. I just built it about a week ago. And yeah, everything has videos on YouTube and what have you. Thank you. Thank you. It looks crazy, man. It is pretty crazy. It's been a labor of love for the 13 months. I've dedicated a lot of time, mainly on the island, but in the SMP, I also kind of spearheaded the gaming district, which is, you can't really see it. Let me just fly over here really quick. Which is another island that this bridge connects to. That's why I built the bridge, actually, is to selfishly connect to the gaming district, where I have a game called Pigman, which is an insane build in itself, outside of what I have going on my island. Okay, for real, Beggy R, you're aboard in the bomb shelter because of Iran. Hopefully that's not for real. If it is, though, good luck. I'm sorry that you're going through that. All right. Okay. Let's get into the leaves. Okay. So what I like to do is I like to just add a couple leaves at lower, just slightly lower, just to have some variety, and then build out the canopy. Whoop, not that kind of leaf. That was an azalea. So just a lot of birch leaves like that, something along those lines, and then the canopy will be a little thicker toward the top. What I need to do is add a couple fence gates to spread the branches. So let's grab the fence gates. I like to do primarily, oh, didn't mean to do that. I like to do primarily dark oak, because I do feel like it's usually in trees canopies, it gets a little darker the further you go up. Okay, actually that's probably, well, things are looking a little odd. Let's do that. Let's see. All right. Okay. Let's pop back up here and add a couple more fence. Oh, darn it. If I grab one more of the wrong block. Okay. I meant to do that. It's all part of the plan. Got any tips to not give up or cheat on builds? I'd say, well, first, how do you define cheating on builds? I should clarify that before I give any advice, because what I consider vanilla or not cheating might not be what you consider vanilla or not cheating. Because I do rely on like Lightmatica and stuff like that at times. For little trees like this, though, I tend to just kind of wing it, because they I don't think they need all that as far as the Lightmatica and everything. I am placing things incorrectly left and right here. Oh, pasting Lightmatica, spawning in blocks. Yeah, I don't do that. As far as my use of Lightmatica, it's you know, I just use it as a you know, template, as a what do you want to call it, a schematic, as it's intended. Not, I don't do any of the you know, execute command and paste the whole thing in kind of stuff. As far as advice, I think the dopamine of having a build that you can go back and or step away from and admire is higher when you actually place every block and don't just paste everything in. So that delayed gratification is really worth its weight in gold, as far as I'm concerned. So you got to kind of play to appease your future self, I guess, instead of playing for instant gratification. Because if you're playing for instant gratification and just paste it in because you don't want to put in any work whatsoever, then you won't have any emotional investment in the world. Therefore, you will get burned out and you will get bored. That's my advice. So don't do it. Easy plays I do use occasionally, but not. I don't really abuse it. And by occasionally, for one, I don't. On this server, we don't have the carpet mod, so I can't just place things like angled blocks. For instance, like stairs that have to be placed north, south, east, west, or what have you in order to place them correct. We don't have that mod, so you have to actually get in the position. But I do use it occasionally when I have a very large build that it would just take so long in order to do some of the placements with temporary blocks. Like, for instance, if you're going to have to build up like all the way to build limit with scaffolding in order to just place one block, it's like just use the easy place. It's not going to kill anybody. You know, all you're doing is just saving yourself a little bit of time. But yeah, I realize it's a blurry line, because at some point, you know, you could just go wild with it and you could use that same justification for pasting the entire thing in. So it's really up to you. But what I tend to do is not focus on ease or not ease. I focus on the delayed gratification aspect of building. When I build something, I want to be able to admire it, and I feel that you cheapen the admiration the work that you put in if you just paste everything in. Had a 3-year hardcore world and died to drowning. Oh, I'm sorry, man. That sucks. Hello, DR King Oreo. It's a fun name. Dr. King Oreo. Dr. King, DR King. Dr. King Oreo, thank you for joining the chat. Yeah, that sucks, man. I don't do hardcore for that very reason, because I don't really have the stomach for losing everything. I think I would end up getting burned out if I were to dedicate a ton of time, like 3 years, say, in your case, and then die. I would totally end up quitting if I had all, a bunch of builds and just lost it all. So I feel it, mate. I feel you. All right, I'm just swapping out this leaf really quick just so I have a little bit of highlight on this. I think this one, this tree that I'm working on right now, this might be all it needs. It's just a couple leaves, nothing like really major. Let's pop that away. Okay, maybe a couple, maybe spread it out a little bit. Let me go up some temporary blocks so I can get some distance from some of these leaves. I like to use resin as the temporary blocks, which I have a little temporary resin farm right here. This is about, I'm getting a YouTube error, so just give me 1 second. I'm also streaming this on YouTube. Okay, whatever. Saying it's not getting enough information for smooth streaming, but that is fine with me. Hey Gabe, thanks for joining the stream. What is going on with you? I'm just here chilling and building. I think you're on the server, aren't you? All right, let's grab some resin blocks. What's my favorite type of farm? Any size. I don't know if I have a favorite necessarily. I do have my habits though. I usually build an iron farm first. Actually, usually in the last few worlds that I've created, I do a combined iron farm and villager breeder. I don't know if that's necessarily my favorite though. I do like to start a world though, or I do like to have a good supply and use, iron for trading halls and everything like that. To get iron out of the way really early in the game is I think a pretty good strategy to get yourself like a little bit of a leg up on progressing in the world. So maybe an iron farm? I don't know. Never really thought about it. Good question. Use one of those 1 million per hour iron farms? No, here, I'll show you my iron farm really quick. It's not even anything special. It's more of a fairly basic situation that just has 3 villagers. So it just spawns 1 golem, and there goes a golem right there. 1 golem at a time. So none of that like quad stuff or what have you, but it's a combined villager breeder. So essentially I have this guy scaring these guys. That's what breeds the golems, but this guy is also farming and can toss down carrots given he's blocked right now because I've gotten too many villagers from this in the breeder. So essentially everybody, the baby villagers and the golems will fall down here. So here's all my spare villagers that I have really no use for because I already have the trading hall, all the books that I want, and all the professions that I want are already down here. So essentially, yeah, that's what I have going on. Nothing insane, but it does end up, when you're in a world a while and you're dedicating a ton of time to building in a specific area, like I am with this base, I do end up getting a lot of iron from it. So here's my iron supply. So here's some of it. A lot of the iron I ended up using for that Pigman game because I actually have iron nuggets as the drops. So if you're interested in that, just check it out on YouTube. I think it's the title of the video is I built a terrifying arcade in the basement, or terrifying basement in this arcade, or something along those lines. Okay, so we got our temp blocks. Let's spread out this canopy a little bit. Just want like birch. So what I was thinking is maybe here and here. I like the resin because it's an insta break. All right. Ooh. Just got off work. My mind is not as sharp as it usually is. So I'm just like walking off the edge of the block. Okay, here we go. Maybe here. And then let's get rid of that one. Actually, let's do one here. Branch right there. And want to get rid of that one. I have weird rules for myself when I'm building trees, as far as where leaves can go and where leaves can't go. Okay, so that's melding in pretty good. What about this side? Yeah, this side needs a ton of help. It's nice talking to you too. Thank you for chatting. Albeit briefly, but thank you for chatting. All right, here we go. Let's do that. Maybe that might look hideous, but we'll see. We'll see in a moment here. These ones I kind of want to look a little scrubby. They're just little baby trees, basically fighting for life. Come on. There we go. Oh, Gabe, you're not in the game anymore. You left. Okay, let's see here. A lot of this kind of stuff, just kind of spiraling around, seeing how it's doing. I don't like that leaf being that low. So let's get that going, and then maybe pop a leaf here, so it's only one block below that leaf. This is why I'm never gonna finish anything. Yeah, I don't like that either. I think the canopy needs to be farther up. So let's just leave this off altogether, and let's just move on to another tree. I think that's good. All right, this one I'm gonna have to form a little more, I don't know, focus on forming this a little better, because what's gonna end up happening is it's separated from all the rest of the trees, so you'll be able to see if it looks kind of crappy. A lot easier. All right, let's already throw a branch in though. And up here, maybe do a white branch at this height. And then maybe, oh, wrong block. Maybe do another here. And then let's do 2 branches at this height, like here, here. Actually, better yet, let's do one of these kind of deals, just for a little bit of diversity. Okay, that's pretty basic. Maybe we'll do one more branch a little lower down. Something like that should work. Okay, good. I know it's super basic right now, but we're gonna fix that with all the leaves. Whoops. All right, and a little topper. Okay, and then let's do an azalea leaf on top for the highlight. Actually, let's just do this so we have full highlights. I have a feeling I'm not gonna be able to place this correctly. No, I can't. Okay. All right, here and here. All right, little topper, and then we will start doing this. All right. here, here, here. And get rid of this one. And then we need to get higher up. I don't know. I don't understand people who don't like scaffolding. It's so great. Maybe here, get rid of that one. Let's not get too matchy-matchy with it. Let's get a temp block here. And then here. There we go. All right. We're getting there, guys. Yeah, that's the one. Oh, maybe I should grab... Yeah, I think I'm gonna grab some spruce leaves too, just for a little bit of shading for this guy specifically. Let's walk into the storage room. What do I put? Right here, that's it. Let's just grab a stack. Hard to tell like whether this is decent with all the scaffolding in the way. Alright. Yeah, so here, this one I think I'm gonna replace with a spruce. Yeah. There we go. Might even do it with this one as well. I like spruce that are leaves for the leaves that are closer to the trunk and under other leaf canopies, like little leaf bushels, basically. I think this should probably be... No. Leave it as is. Okay. Here... Okay, we're getting there, And then... We need to go out here with birch. Here. Oop. Just move the scaffolding. Let's not use the spruce out that far. Okay, I think I'm going too far out here. Potentially. I'll fix that in a second though. First, let's get some more basic shaping going on. Oh, I swear. Do that one more time. Oh, the leaves is a resource pack. The bushy leaves game. It's a resource pack. Vanilla tweaks. Resource pack. So not a mod necessarily. Where'd it go? It fell. Okay, that's fine. Okay, over here, I don't like how far this is sticking out. I think I'm gonna do something like this instead. No problemo, Gabe. Yeah, I use the vanilla tweaks for the bushy leaves and for the 3D ladders and 3D trapdoors, stuff like this. Actually, I think these are modified as well. The levers are modified by Vanilla Tweaks. They offer a lot of cool stuff like that. There's a lot of little quality of life texture changes and model changes. I'm not sure about this one. I'm gonna have to... Well, no, I guess if I just tuck it in like this, it'll be fine. Maybe I'll add a couple more branches like right here. Yeah. That's the thing about trees. They look ugly way before they start looking nice. They look ugly for a while. And then before you know it, you'll turn a corner and it'll be pretty nice looking. All right, and then maybe this one will be out that far. Oh, darn it. Shouldn't have did that. Something like that. Okay, and then maybe a spruce. That. And then just that. Just a birch for that little nugget. Okay. What's that for the general shape? Okay, I just need to fill in this a little bit, but it is coming along. Yeah, okay, cool. I could even have like a split. Like, that's the thing I was trying to pull off with these trees. If you've ever seen an aspen grove, where you know, basically the canopies of the trees usually don't really start filling out until they get high up in the air. So you just see like a lot of white sticks basically coming out, you know, the white trunks coming out of the ground. So Gabe, what mods in general do you use? I've seen your player, the player animations. Yeah, I love my la 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 la. Yeah, so here I'll give you a quick list. Let me get up to the scaffolding just in case there's like a creeper floating around because it did get kind of dark. I use 3D skin layers. Apple skin, this is what shows the saturation level. I'm right here. Down there on the hunger haunches. Armor Poser, obviously. Axiom, that's creative only, but you know, I just have it installed. Better Clouds for the cool clouds. Better Stats. Big Sign Writer, I just installed this. This gives you bigger letters for signs automatically, so you don't have to like copy and paste it from a different file. Bobby allows you to see farther. Camera Utils, I don't really use this. I use mainly Tweakaroo for the free cam and stuff like that. I tried to use this for a little while, but it just hasn't stuck with me. Chat head, so I can see everybody on the locator bar. Continuity, you know, so you can have glass without the borders in between and other blocks. Cubes without borders, this is specifically for streaming. This is so I can actually, you know, click on a screen outside of Minecraft and Minecraft won't immediately dismiss. Debugify, that's performance. Performance. Entity model features and entity texture features are both necessary for fresh animations. So the player animations and the animations of all the animals and what have you, and mobs. Entity calling, performance, facebar is, actually no, facebar is what chat heads is the player in the chat. Sorry, facebar is the locator bar thing. My bad. Ferrite core is performance. Flashback obviously is for recording videos. FPS reducer, performance, shader support, dynamic lights, exactly what it sounds like. You know, a torch is in your hand, you can actually light up a room. Lightmatica, everyone knows that is. It's for pasting schematics and copying schematics. Performance, This is a support library, so I won't go into that. Mini HUD is for all the little shapes and stuff like that. More culling performance, not enough animations. This is another one of this improves in third person, so that's why you're like my hand is moving and stuff like that. So just another animation thing. Fog control I don't really use as much. I was using it, but with Sodium Extra I didn't really need it, but I reinstalled it because I was messing with stuff, but I don't really use this. Simple voice chat, you know what that is. Sit, this we actually already have in the world, so on the server, so I don't need to use it. Skin shuffle, that allows you to change your skins really quickly. Sodium performance, support library, tweakaroo. This has just so many things. It's made by the Lightmatica and Mini HUD person. I use it primarily for free cam. It's pretty much overkill for what I use it. Voxy is for long distance. I always enable and disable this. Like, I don't like the fog that Voxy applies. I like the fog that I get from Sodium Extra. I can adjust the specific like distance of the fog and everything, and the thickness of it, and it doesn't give me that granular control, so I don't really use it that much. In World Edit, Creative only. That's it. And then for resources, resource packs, I use Vanilla Tweaks. This is my own resource pack that's should be installed on the Astraea server, but Asumi hasn't reinstalled it yet, the server owner. This is the player animations. All this is player animations. And then this is for continuity, these two. And then this is for voice chat. That's it. That's everything. That's my vanilla. What we consider vanilla, but that's everything. That's all the mods that I use. Mods and resource packs that I use. No, I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Oh, I know. No, Fresh Animations is updated, Birdie. Thank you for pointing that out. This is actually an ETF issue, entity texture or entity model, one of those two. They know about it. Traven is the one who is the developer behind that mod, and the harness is glitching. I swear it's happening with horses too, where the saddle, mainly the bites or whatever you call that thing that goes in their mouth, is not totally aligned properly. See, it's kind of floating away from his face. Yeah, so they need to fix that. It's not Fresh Animations. It's the ETF or EMF. That's this one. These two. Yeah, the guy needs to update it. And it was the most recent. I could roll it back, but then I have a feeling it's gonna break something else if I roll it back, because that's more of a recent thing. And I'm on his Discord, and people are complaining about it, but he hasn't. His development team has not gotten to it yet. So I'm just putting up with it. That's the thing about running mods, man. It's just like, what are you gonna put up with? The Armor Poser mod, the update before the last one, I think the last one might have fixed it, was crashing my game. So I guess I'll take a funky harness over crashing my game. Okay, I need to fill in this a little bit, that gap right there. But other than that, I'm looking pretty good. Yeah, and when I was doing the time lapses and stuff like that in flashback for my latest video, I had to hide that guy. I could just take his harness off, but I'm too lazy. So I just moved him over in the corner. Hopefully, hoping no one could see it, but thank you, Birdie, for pointing it out. Oh, jeez. Why did I do that? Not that one. That's not the one I meant. I meant this one is going to be this, and this is going to be this. There we go. Okay, let's do this instead. If I bust out one more leaf that I'm going to end up replacing 2 seconds later, I swear. Okay, we're getting there. I need maybe something in this gap, and then this whole other side I need to build out. So something like right now. Here, maybe? Yeah, that works. That works. That's fine. And then... yeah. I don't want to get too thick. I have like... that's another one of my rules, is like... you don't want too thick of a canopy. So I like to have air, as much air as possible, like in between the leaves. Maybe if I do another tree on this side, I could go out that far, but I think I'm gonna leave it like that. Yeah, that's doing good. That's fine. All right, let's just move to the other side. So this side should be thinner because technically it's in the shaded portion of the forest. So this one I'm gonna have to really be cognizant of, whoops, of how, oh my god, of how thick I make the canopy. So a little bit more gaps and stuff like that I think will be welcome on this side. Also some darker stuff, like actually I should have just did this. Yeah. Maybe even this one too. As spruce, just to get it, that big shadow going on. Yeah, that's looking good. And then just a couple little sparse ones right here, I think, and then we're good. We're good to go. Welcome to the server, birdie. All right. Hopefully we got a sleeper. All right, let's build the scaffolding up and do something like right over here. Thank you, Birdie, for being a sleeper. Much appreciated. Maybe something like that. I'm trying to make it look thin, but not so thin that it looks weird. All right, let's see about that. Okay, it's looking a little weird. Maybe right here? Something? Yeah, I think I'm gonna remove this one and do something like that. All right, let's get rid of that resin block. Of course she didn't fall. Fly around, see what we're dealing with. I want a leaf right here somewhere, maybe even on the outside, like right in this block. Maybe no, I kind of like that gap. Ooh, this is pretty horrendous though. I need to fill in that. Let's do this one first though. Right here. Yeah, something like this. Good, okay, and then maybe another one kind of similar to that on the opposite side, or kitty corner rather. Not the opposite, but right here. and then let's fix that giant gaping nonsense hole that I got going on. And that's fine. All right, let's climb up. Okay, this is gonna require some work. Let's do maybe some here. And here. Actually, is that enough? Because again, I want it to look a little sparse. I don't want it to look totally full. I don't think it would hurt to have something right here, though. Let's get rid of the scaffolding. I think we got a winner, though. It's a little thicker on the canopy than I would like, but I think it might be balanced out when I put another tree next to it. Yeah, I'm okay. I'm gonna fix that. I'm gonna just take down those two leaves. I think it's this one and this one. I think those are the two leaves I just added to. Yeah, that's better. All right, and then the last little touch is to get rid of this one. Come on, come on, come on, come on. I can do it, I can do it, I can do it. There we go. And move it over here. Let's actually move it directly down. Directly there. Yeah, there we go. Looks kind of like it's leaning over to that side, which is exactly what I was hoping for. I think a nice branch that's just sticking out of nowhere will balance it out. Perfect. All right, we're golden. I wonder if I could even get away with doing something like this. I don't know if that'll look good though. No, that's way too far away. If it was farther up or obfuscated from leaves, I think it would look fine, but standing out that far away looks a little awkward. Okay, that's good. That's good, that's good, that's good. Yes, perfect, 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 perfect. All right, let's move on to another one. Quick drink here, and here we go. This one will probably be one of the scrubbiest ones because of the fact that it's almost entirely enveloped by a thick canopy. Trying to think of exactly how many I placed there. Okay, no, that's good. That's good. That's a good one. That's good. Should I go a little higher and then like just really have it meld in? No, let's do it. Let's do it here. Let's pop that here. Oh, didn't mean to do that, but that will work. And then is that gonna look weird, that low down? Nah, I think it'll be fine. Take it a little bit higher and then have a little bit of a point to it, I guess. Get up there. All right, cool. Now, birch. And this is not, there's not going to be any azalea on the top of this guy because it's just so in the shadow of all the rest of these big guys, so there's really no need to have an azalea highlight. All right, let's move on to the resin, and it'll just be a little easier. I can actually, what is it? Crouch cheese. I can't even look at words are escaping me. Yeah, that's already looking pretty decent. Oh, that's looking really cool. I'm not focused on that one in particular. I was just like all of them combined. It's giving more of that illusion of like a thick Aspen grove. Okay, let's not get too conservative with the spruce leaves. Because again, this is going to be pretty dark here in this canopy. Let's do a spruce right there. Yeah, all right. All right, all right. We're doing good. All right, well, I just posted a post on both YouTube and Blue Sky. Blue Sky is the only social media site that I belong to other than Blue Sky, or other than YouTube. Geez, I can't talk right now. Basically inquiring that I want to do a Q&A episode a little bit, and I've gotten some questions throughout my career on YouTube, throughout posting videos the last year and a half or year or so that I've been posting videos. And what am I doing? Birdie will sleep. And what I'm hoping is that people will add any questions that they have, like stuff like that, like what mods am I using and stuff like that. I get these questions fairly consistently, and I typically do answer them. You know, I read all the comments and stuff. Not that there's that many to keep up with. And I typically do answer them, but I have a feeling that if I'm being asked it once, then I have a feeling numerous people probably have those similar questions. So I want to open it up. So I have both a YouTube post and a Blue Sky post. So if anybody out there that's watching this right now or watching this in the future has any questions for me, let me know. Because if I only have like one or two questions, it's not going to make it very good content for the episode. So by all means, ask away. It could, and it doesn't have to necessarily be Minecraft or YouTube related. I mean, it could literally be anything. I mean, I'm totally open because I know some people have questions about like the music stuff that I do. So by all means, ask away. Because I need to put all that stuff in one spot, basically. It's so scattered about. Like, for instance, the Pigman video, when I posted that one, actually, you know, better yet, is that most recent, my snapping turtle that I have, this giant snapping turtle that I built in the nether. This is more on the Reddit post than it was on YouTube or anything, but I got the same question like so many times in a row. And I, you know, found myself answering the same question over and over and over again. And I'm, you know, it's fine. It's fine. It adds to the comment count, I guess, but I think it would be nicer to like put it all in one spot. And like I said, I have a feeling if one person's asking it, then probably dozens more actually have the same question, but they just haven't asked it. And that does sound like fun. Thank you, Gabe. So head over to YouTube when you get a chance. It's under my posts, or on Blue Sky if you have a Blue Sky account. Then feel free to ask away. And it'll probably be maybe the next video. It might be depending on how many questions I get asked. You know, I might delay it a little bit, or I might answer them in the next video or the next live stream, one or the other. I just wedged myself in here like an idiot. Let's do this instead. All right, cool. I think this one might be done. I don't think this is necessarily gonna need a lot. Okay, it needs a little bit more on top. Actually, I think I need to just make it a little taller in general. Add like another fence post or two. I will add those, Gabe, right there. I'll add the ones that you add in the chat. I'm making a note to myself to remember that. YouTube chat comments. I will add that specific, actually, you know, better yet, I'm just gonna copy this and then put it into my notes. And those are good. That's a good question, Gabe. Very good question. And I can definitely answer that and expand on it and everything. Okay, where was I? Yeah, this guy. Whoa, I built up way too high. Yeah, right here. I think what I'm gonna do is go up all the way here. Let's just do it really boring at first, and then fill it out. Actually, the boring doesn't even look that bad. It looks kind of realistic. I'm missing 3 scaffolding somewhere. They probably already despawned. Whatever, not a big deal. I got this giant bamboo farm, so scaffolding's very easy. Unless they got stuck over here. Oh, there they are. What am I even doing? Get over here. Should I do here maybe? That is really, really structured on the top, but I think it'll probably blend. Yeah, you can't even tell. Okay, that's looking good. That's looking really good. I like that tree. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, that's exactly what I was hoping to achieve. Is this like very thick canopy. I so wish that we had yellow leaves, and I don't want to do like, you know, terracotta or something like that, or concrete or whatever, or another yellow block like bamboo. Scaffolding can kind of work because that's see-through. However, scaffolding is disastrous. One wrong hit and all your scaffolding will go down. But I wish we had like a proper yellow or orange leaf, like seasons kind of thing. Because the most striking thing about an aspen grove is when the seasons are changing, and they're the type of tree that gets that really bright yellow canopy, and that would just look so awesome. But this is, I guess, more of a spring canopy. No big deal. All right, let's move on to another one. Got 3 down, and these 2 to go. Yeah, I know they have plugins Gabe said, I've always wanted to have seasons in Minecraft. I know they have mods, rather, that add seasons, but yeah, I'd really like seasons in the vanilla version of Minecraft. That I think that's one of the things that's really kind of missing. I don't know exactly how it would work as far as, you know, when the seasons would change and stuff like that, but I think it would be a lot better for the longevity. Like the player on Twitch just a moment ago was talking about asking how I don't get burned out, like, you know, stay active in a world for a very long time and not cheat and stuff like that. I think seasons would add to that. I think it would give players a lot more of an excuse for longevity, especially if it took a while for the seasons to change. You know, like, I don't know, a Minecraft day is what, 20 minutes, you know, the day and night cycles, 20 minutes, like a 24-hour period in Minecraft. I mean, you could literally make it so it's like a real season, you know, every 3 months or so it changes. And I think that would really, really add to people's playtime as far as, you know, kind of waiting that out. Yeah, or a dry leaf block or just a different type of leaf block. I mean, you could make it biome specific too. So there's like a biome that's always in the fall, and or autumn. There's a biome that's always in winter, which they already kind of have that with the snowy biomes. But adding the foliage for fall and spring, even, because spring you'll have those virgin leaves. You'll have they'll be a lot brighter, you know, in the actual value, not as saturated. The saturation doesn't really change that drastically. If anything, they're a little bit more desaturated than, like, say, you know, it's basically kind of what azalea does, but having more of a variety of that and more of a variety of the texture as well. Because azalea, you know, is one texture, birch is one texture, you know, spruce is one texture, but that's the cool thing about, like, oak, jungle, mangrove, dark oak, stuff like that. They're all the same color, but they have the different textures. So something along those lines I think would be really, really cool. Yeah, where was I? What am I even looking at? Oh, this guy. I'm like, where'd my tree go? All right. But yeah, I think seasons would be absolutely fantastic. And again, I think not only would it be fantastic, but it would add to, because I know Minecraft has the whole, like, 2-week cycle, you know, cliche thing where players will play for 2 weeks and then get burned out or what have you. I think having seasons would negate that to a certain degree, at least. Whoa, how did I lunge forward? Alright, let's just go down here and replace my scaffolding. I'm going to adjust this in a little bit more of a deliberate pattern. All right, so this one's not quite as covered. Well, I guess it is. I guess it is to some degree. Yeah. I don't think any azaleas need to be on top, that's for sure. Thank you, birdie. What's sleeping? All right, let's, this one's surrounded by these oaks that are a lot brighter. I don't know how well that turns out on with the YouTube, the streaming compression and stuff like that, but these leaves are a lot more saturated and a little darker in value than the birch leaves. So this one is going to stand out a little bit more, so I have to be a little bit more cognizant of where I place these guys. Because you're going to be able to see there's not as much blending. Can I get that? No, darn it. Trying to place the leaf right there, but that is not going to happen. Oh, I hate when that happens. You place scaffolding in one direction, then it just decides last minute to change the other direction. There we go. Just gonna get kind of more deliberate with placing them right on things. Right on fence gates and fence posts for right now, and then I might start using more of a subtraction method and taking some away as I go. All right. Yeah, because that's gonna be way too uniform. Ooh, almost lost it. Didn't though. Saved myself right in time. All right, let's get rid of that one. And maybe this one as well. Yeah, we're cooking with fire. Gas is the same. Fire doesn't make any sense. Of course you're cooking with fire. All right, and okay, let's build out this side a little. Not out that far yet. Here. I'm gonna cheat this a little bit so I can crouch. There we go. That's better. There we go. And then maybe here. All right, that's looking pretty decent. Maybe a couple spruce in there, just to switch it up a little. Yeah, I think this one, like just a smaller canopy, actually is working pretty well. All right, let's pop a spruce here, here, and I think this one needs to be a spruce right there. Try not to accidentally delete this leaf debris by placing a scaffold right on top of it. I hate when that happens. Or actually, I could probably just just skipping that one altogether, I think works a little better. That branch will just be kind of hanging out there. That's good. That's good. I like that a lot. All right, and then I need something right there. That might be as simple as that. A real quick one. I think I'll end cap that guy. Yeah, something like that. I don't want to go out too far though. Maybe something right here. Or not. Or not. Yeah, a little higher up. It's one block higher up, I think. We're gonna do something like that. This might be a case where I'll do one of those fence gates sideways. Do I even have any more? No, but let's just pop one of these just to see what that would look like. Yeah, that's fine. Ultimately, I would like that to be a fence gate. I think I'll go make a couple more Let's go make a couple more. All right. I went raiding a desert mine shaft, or it was technically a Badlands or whatever mine shaft, and they have tons of dark oak fences, so I was like, don't mind if I do. I was looking for diamond horse armor, so I was looking for monster rooms, monster spawner rooms, and I did end up finding it, but I had to go through so many. Yeah, those things are hard to find too. There's like no rhyme or reason like where they're at. They're just impossible to find. But that's what I did over the weekend. I found it though. I just wanted diamond armor. I wanted to do the whole netherite thing where you can convert, you know, horse armor to netherite now. But turns out I didn't have 4 scrap. I only had 3 scrap, so I can't make a netherite ingot. But yeah, I did get the armor. So got that going for me, which is nice. All right, let's do that sideways trick. Let's see what it looks like. I don't know if that's silly. No, that's fine. It's fine, just a little pop of color. I don't think anyone's gonna look directly at it. I'm wondering if I do the leaf next to it though. No, because then that'll match with that one. I think that's good. Yeah, that's good. Let's not overthink it. There's just gonna be so much stuff here that I don't think anyone's really gonna notice any little itty bitty things like that. Whoop. All right. Come on. Let's do this one and then this one. Something like that. I like this because this is going to be kind of reaching out for the sunnier area. There's a gap in the canopy right there. That's, you know, what a tree would try to do, is look for the sunnier spots. I don't like the patterning though. I want to swap these two. Something like that. Yeah, that's better. Good, good, good. Simple, simple, and good. All right, probably make it 1 taller. And then maybe an azalea on top of this one, because I don't think that, whoops, yeah, got it. This one would be shaded as much as the other ones. This is where the bushy leaves kind of gets in the way. Hard to see what you're doing. Should not have broken that. That'll work. No, not yet. Let's do Bruce. Birch, not Bruce. Birch first, and then transition to the spruce. Let's just take a look at that as the tip. Yeah, that's looking a little weird. Well, let's fill it out though before we make a judgment. I'm just looking at this one leaf right here, looking a little odd, but if I fill out the other leaves, it might not be too bad. Here we go, and I swear. Get up there. Okay. Over here. Okay, now for the spruce. Oop, that's all the birch I have. It's looking pretty good. It's not done, but it's looking pretty good. Let's get rid of the scaffolding and stuff just so we can kind of get our eyes on it. And then we'll go grab more birch leaves, which I think I have a couple more stacks. Yeah, that's looking good. Looking good. Okay. Cool. My vocabulary is very expensive today. Looking good, real good. All right. Yeah, let's grab another stack of these bad boys. I need to come up with a tree farm. Or a leaf farm. Wanted to, I was searching over the weekend to see if anyone came up with anything, and there's a couple cool designs and stuff, but I think that's the next thing I'm going to design my own version of. Because I don't think there's really that great of any sort of leaf farms out there, at least that I found out there, that, you know, because I don't think there's a way to mine them without, you know, either a hoe or silk touch, you know, by player intervention. I don't think there's a way to mine leaves without player intervention. So it has to be player powered, which gives you a little bit more of a restriction, you know, because you can't like have it AFKable or anything like that. But those are fun designs to me because it's basically like optimizing the player movement around the trees, and that always seems, those farms are kind of cool to me. And I know a lot of people use like minecarts, use minecarts and stuff, which I might, but there's other options in the game for movement and stuff, so I'll figure something out. But yeah, I think I'm gonna crack open a creative world and mess with that. I got a lot of things going on in Minecraft right now, though. I joined a build team for a game. I can't disclose any details because they have me kind of almost under an NDA. But I am, for the first time, going to use my build skills for something besides my own base or own world, and that's kind of exciting. It's a bunch of veteran like build team people too that have like worked on like really big games and really big worlds and stuff like that in Minecraft specifically games. Think like MCCs, you know, those types of things. So I'm a little intimidated because I've never done anything like that before. That's kind of cool. I like the sparseness and the weird sparseness. I think I do need to fill it up here a little bit, but sometimes you just place the leaves in just the right area where it gives you like the perfect amount of sparseness. There we go. Oop, hit my head. Too high. All right, so let's here. Ugh. Get rid of the scaffolding and see what happens. Okay, just a little bit more here. Not sure why I jumped before I jumped down. Oh, where'd my tree go? Here we go. All right. And just a little bit more in that gap, and I think we're good. I think I should add another branch too in here. Something like this will do. No, not that. This. Last one. Nope. There we go. Perfect. Okay. Now, let's go out one. Right there. That is looking pretty decent. I don't like the cross thing that this forms right here, so I'm gonna get rid of the branch that I just added. But I think we're looking pretty good. Other than that. Sneak in here. Maybe just get rid of this fence. Where did that fall? Oh, we got a few blocks. Yeah, that's not too bad. I'm missing one spruce right here, or one higher up. I'm waiting for the sun to, there we go, sun to rise again, so I can judge this a little better. There's something not quite doing it for me with this All right, I think I had the right idea, but it does need to be moved. To right here. That's it. That's the one. That is the spot. I'm just looking around, making sure no baddies are gonna swarm me. All right, man, that is definitely it. All right, so that's what, four or five additional trees. Nice. Nice. I also wish we had like a gray wood. I know that's a little bit of a weird ask, but like, or you could make like stone fences, not just walls, but stone fences, because the saturation of this always bugs me in comparison to, you know, the andesite. And I know I'm kind of an edge case as far as how I'm using these things, but if you really look at a tree in real life, it's not as saturated. A tree trunk in real life is a lot more desaturated. So what ends up happening, like with birches and stuff, is they end up being more black or dark gray than they are this like super chocolatey brown. So I wish that was an option as well in Minecraft, but you know, beggars can't be choosers. Wooden walls would be nice too, yeah, for sure. Like that doesn't even make any sense that wouldn't be a wooden wall. Of course you should have wooden walls. Like why not? Like, of course. I don't understand why they make such weird decisions at times. Mojang, that is. It's like, you know, one block type, or the worst offender, I think, in general, as far as like the realism of blocks, is concrete. Like, yes, I go around the block in any neighborhood and you will see concrete steps everywhere. Like, concrete slabs, steps, and walls should just be a given, you know, an absolute given. Why does that not exist? It's just silliness. And I don't even build with concrete that much, but it's just kind of absurd that they wouldn't have that. But yeah, wooden walls, basically fences, walls, fence gates. I think they just need to expand those shapes to just dozens of blocks. You know, instead of like adding like varieties, like say copper, like they added all the varieties of copper, but they didn't add like those core things, like a wall, like a copper wall. It's like, it's absurd. Anyway, that's done with my rant. Should we try to do one more? Probably, maybe time for one more. Do I have enough blocks for one more? Let's make a couple more of the dark oak fence gates, and then we can just do one more of the narrow boys, the little boys. I'm just gonna make all 7, because I will use them. No need to be stingy. 16 of those, yeah, that should be enough. Where should we place this guy? Actually, let me check my sightlines again. Let's make sure that this isn't odd. Oh yeah, that's looking really cool. I like that. That's looking pretty sweet. I don't know, maybe just like right here, or maybe I should do a grouping. Yeah, I like when you, instead of everything spread out evenly, is when there's like a random grouping. So maybe I'm gonna put one in right here. Yeah, I'll make it a 2 tall to start. All right, let's get the scaffolding out and I'll make this one probably a little shorter. Oh, jeez. What was I doing? That was the worst jump ever. Oh my god. Parkour champion. Okay. I'm gonna... It was horrible. Embarrassing until that last moment. And then it was all recovered. Okay. Can't jump? Can't jump. Okay. Ugh. Okay, let's... right here. I think I need at least one more white pale oak right there. That'll work. Yeah, that's good. This isn't even going to require too many leaves. Yeah, all right. Spruce and birch primarily, I think. I'm getting the alert from YouTube again that it's not receiving enough data, so hopefully things are all right on your end. Okay, let's... Okay, whatever. Just opened the YouTube studio. Seems to like reset it. Maybe I'm just dealing with some connectivity issues today, I don't know. You stream so many times, everything goes flawlessly, and then all of a sudden out of nowhere, just have some weird connectivity issues. Here, and then I'm gonna go here. This is definitely not, I'm not gonna end up liking this. Gonna be too matchy-matchy. Oh, I'm like, why can't I place anything there? It's because there's a fence there. Okay, let's we should do that. I want to place a leaf on top of that fence post right there. There we go. Okay. Alright, let's get rid of this scaffolding and just see what happens. Alright, that's not too bad. Not the greatest thing in the world, but it's getting there. Come on. There we go. This one shouldn't require that much anyways. I think I'm gonna do a leaf or another spruce leaf right here. Nope, one higher. Yeah, because then that could be belonging to either one of those. That's good. Simple. Nothing super complicated. Alright, I think I'm running low low on supplies. Okay, let's do free cam a little bit. Just checking, making sure I'm not missing anything. I'm missing this entire side. Okay, let's go back in. That was horrible. Okay, let's go back in and do that upper side. Yeah, here, here. Maybe here. Come on. Yeah, it's fine. It's a little scrubby looking, but that's exactly what would end up happening in these situations because this canopy is so thick that some of the trees would end up losing some of their leaves or just not being very thick. Yeah, we're doing good. That thing's so massed out that you wouldn't really be able to tell anyways. Yeah, I like that. Wondering if I should do a spruce leaf right here. Did I already try that? No. That might work. Yeah, that works. Cool, cool. I need a few more in here, but we're not gonna do that right now. But yeah, I need like here, here, just like maybe a grouping of 2 here, maybe 1 throughout here, something along those lines. Just to really fill things out. I might even add a couple more of these. So I have, you know, the thicker 1 block trunks, and then I also have these kind of wall-based ones. So I might even throw a couple more wall-based ones in the mix as well, to really thicken it up. But the look I'm going for is you know, a aspen grove. So it's pretty overwhelming. Aspen's actually the largest organism on the planet, because they're all of one DNA. You know, it's all one plant essentially. When you see a grove like that, if you don't know what I'm talking about, just Google Aspen Grove and look at the images, and that's what I'm trying to achieve. I still need to landscape a lot of the surface here, you know, basically bone meal around and stuff like that, but I'm waiting until I get a good assortment of trees before I start going through and doing all that. Because as you can see, when I'm building, I end up dropping out a lot of leaves and a lot of different blocks, and it will be a very, very difficult thing to comb through. And when I had grass on the ground, longer grass, you know, like this on the ground, to comb through and find it. So that's where we're at. And that's it for the stream. I know it's a pretty short one and pretty simple one, but I think we accomplished a lot. Built like 6 little aspen trees, and you know, filling out things. This is a labor of love. It takes a long time to do all this. So thank you for participating, and thanks for sticking around. Thanks for chatting and all that good stuff. And you guys have a really wonderful Monday evening or Tuesday morning or whatever it is for you. And I'll see you next time. Catch you later.